What is up, you guys? Today's video is going to be a hair tutorial on how I curl my hair as well as how I curl my guest's hair. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So the first product I'm going in with is from 11 Australia. It's a I Want Body Texture Spray. So I'm just spraying this all throughout my hair and then brushing it through just to distribute the product. Next thing that I'm doing right now is I'm actually sectioning my hair off into two sections. So the way that I distinguish how I want to section my hair off is that I'll take the first row of my hand-tied extensions and I'll actually go ahead and pull that up, and then I'll take my favorite Molly and Maine scrunchie and I will go ahead and secure that. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking a 1-inch curling iron and I split my hair in the middle down the back, and then I pulled everything forward. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about an inch section from the very back of the side of my head, and with the clamp I'm going to make sure that the clamp is facing in front of me. So this is going to ensure that the curls are going to be going away from my face. So I'm going to turn away and I'm going to pull down a little bit on the clamp and twist, and then pull a little bit more and twist, and keep doing that until I have about like an inch left out of the barrel on the bottom of the hair. And then I'll wait until the hair heats up a little bit just to make sure that everything is consistent all throughout, and then I will go ahead and slowly pull down the curl, and also kind of keeping the clamp on there too to pull the curl to make it more of a loose curl rather than a bouncy curl. So there you can see that it's a little bit more elongated, and then the end is straight, and I just flip it backwards. So this next part, I'm going to take another 1-inch section, and if you ever feel like your hair is a little bit like frizzy still, you can always take the clamp and actually run the curling iron through it to smooth it down before you start curling. So I'm actually going to take my clamp, and instead of it being in front of me, I'm going to turn it behind me so that this curl is actually going to go towards my face. So I'll turn, and then I will take the curling iron and actually turn it towards my face so you can see the hair flip towards me, and then I'll pull a little bit more and turn and keep twisting until there's about an inch or so left at the end of the hair that's left out of the curling iron. And I'm just checking again to make sure that the heat is consistent all throughout the curls before I start to take it down. And then we'll start pulling slowly down, elongating the curl to create that long, beachy, messy wave. And then the ends, of course, are still straight. So we'll take that and flip it back again, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take another piece. And once you get to about like the ear, you want to actually start making all of your curls go away from your face as you get closer to the hairline. So your safe zone is going to be pretty much where the ear is going to be, so that's going to be where you can alternate your directions behind your ear to create more of like a messy texture hair rather than more of like a uniform curl. So now, in order to finish the rest of this section, I'm going to be strictly taking the pieces that I pick up and putting them only away from my face to create more of a natural look around the hairline and around the face. So it kind of creates a more swept back look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take 11 Australia's Flexible Hold hairspray, and I'm just going to spray this section down just to help set the curl, and then I'm going to move on to the next section. So I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side. I'm starting with one going away from my face, and then I'm alternating to go towards my face. And then once I get to my ear, I'm going to be strictly just doing the curls away from my face to create that same shape on the other side and be more consistent. So after finishing this section, I'm just spraying that down with hairspray, and then I actually took down the final section and I split it down the middle the same way I did with the first section, and I'm starting in the very back, and I'm just picking up 1-inch sections again, going away from the face and alternating going towards the face. And then once I get to my ear, that's when I'm going to strictly start going with pieces that are only going away from my face. I really like taking at the top section, I like taking the sections that are closer to like my part line. I like to elevate those a little bit more just to give more volume at the root instead of just holding it straight out from my head. Then I feel like I lose volume in that sense when I do that instead of holding it straighter up off of the scalp. So it'll really add a lot more volume if you kind of elevated your section off of the scalp rather than just holding it straight out. So once we finish that section, I'm just going to spray that down with hairspray, and then I'm going to give it about like a minute to cool down. This is what the final look looks like as everything is curled, and I'm just taking a large wide tooth comb and combing through the curls. This just kind of spaces them out and gives them more of a natural look. And this is what it looks like without putting any additional product in at all. And any pieces that I feel like are sticking out a little bit too much, I like to go back in with my curling iron and kind of smooth them down a little bit and tame them. So like that front piece was just a little too curly for my liking, so I just ran the curling iron straight through without curling it and kind of died down a little bit. And now I'm taking 11 Australia's Give Me Clean Hair Dry Shampoo, and I'm just putting this directly at my root. I'm just picking up small pieces. You can definitely tell the difference on the one side compared to the other before I put it in. But I just really like to put this in before on clean hair because it actually helps absorb the oils and makes your wash days a little bit further out too, which is awesome. I mean, who doesn't love that? So this is what the final look is, and I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will definitely be making more of these videos.